So, we've already had a potentially difficult season financially because of the debt we got to pay off of 12.5 million in this year alone and losing 1.1 million per month. And then our chairperson decides, actually, I'm thinking of stepping down, stepping aside. 3 days before the season starts, that came out. It's not ideal, is it? Anyway, let's see if we're doing this first game in charge, shall we? Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2022. My save with Charleroi. Now, we have our first game in charge. We've also been a little busy in regards to the transfer window and bringing staff members in because I realised partway through that I actually had a lot of staff that I could bring in, like a lot of open spots. We need to improve our coaching side of things. So I thought, you know what? Let's do that. Shall we go over who we brought in first? So the first person we brought in was Robin Mole. Now, honestly, physio makes sense to bring him in, yet our head physio is not exactly amazing in regards to this guy. So, awkward to say the least. I might have actually got a little off with who I brought in, honestly. We also managed to bring in Josh Becks as the goalkeeping coach, and gotta be honest, kind of nice to have someone who's competent at his job. Admittedly, I am paying 2.5 grand a week for this guy, but again, it could be worse. Really could be. So I started to bring in scouts, because I could bring in the scouts, and Gerardo. Please correct me if I'm saying this name wrong, but this guy was brought in for his knowledge. £600 a week. The amount of knowledge he has is incredible. He knows Mexico, US, Colombia, Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, Spain, Brazil, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Peru, Uruguay, and now some of France. I saw an opportunity with this guy and I thought, kind of have to take advantage of that situation and take advantage of his knowledge so we can get more and more people to be joining our world knowledge, scouting knowledge. It's wonderful stuff, isn't it? However, we got a new chief scout in Steve Hitchin. Now, Steve Hitchin is being paid 3 grand a week. He's quite good at his job, I like to think. And he was at Tottenham before we brought him in. So, yeah, he's been a few places. Been at Tottenham, Liverpool, QPR, and Derby, and Tottenham again. But hey, hopefully that knowledge he has and the reputation he brings with him will help us going forward. We also brought in Bruno Ferdinand as the director of football. And I think, yes, he's not amazing, but he's still pretty decent and could give us some good knowledge. He actually is better as a technical director, apparently, but it says his main role is technical director, but I think he's a better director of football, personally, because his judging staff ability is actually worse than his judging player ability and potential, so director of football makes sense bringing a guy in, even if we are paying him 2.5 grand a week. So we brought in with Sergio Argento as a scout. He was at Palermo before we brought him in, and I think given everything else, we've made a good call to bring this guy in. He gives us some good knowledge, he's good at his job, so the more we bring in, the better, honestly. Marcel Didden is brought in as a recruitment analysis. Is he amazing? No, but he's still better than what we had, which honestly is saying a lot. He's also got an amazing reputation, so I'm hopeful that reputation will help us going forward. And he's got a different personality. He's almost like the person I'd want in my head of youth development, really. The personality, the reputation, just needs better attributes, and he's great. Really would be. We also brought in Limine Cohon. He is a recruitment analysis. Actually, he's better than our previous one, and he has knowledge of France and Martinique. So I thought, you know what? Good to get this guy in. Really gives us more knowledge, honestly. And he's only 26, so could help us out long term. So we might have brought Tom Bromley from MK Dons to be our head of performance analysis. He's not terrible, but he's not amazing either. He just needs to improve and develop, and he'd be good. We're paying 2.6 grand a week. I'm really overpaying for some of these staff members, aren't I? We also brought in Southern Houston as the performance analysis. He's only 28. He was apparently at Birmingham before we brought him in, and he's been paid quite a bit less than most of the people that we brought in so far. And he's also been paid quite a bit less than most people we've brought in so far, which I think is a good sign, personally. Now, the go-to for scouts, Vicente has signed for us, and $5.75 a week. Vicente is Vicente. He's great. We've also sent him out to scout South America. Is that my best move? Honestly, don't know yet, but I'm hopeful he can do good stuff for us. The fact he was at Valencia as a scout means he's going to give us more knowledge, but this guy's a go-to for cheap scouts in any league, it feels like, and it's amazing, to say the least. So we also brought in Goran Vukcevic as a scout, and he brings us good knowledge. And look at the knowledge he brings us. Croatia, Bosnia, Spain, Slovenia, Albania, North Macedonia, Kosovo, Montenegro. That's good knowledge to bring in, and if we can get some people from those areas, I'll be very happy indeed. I really would be. The fact he's at Barcelona once upon a time as a scout is interesting to me. He was in Croatia for a long time as a manager and a background staff member, so he's done well for himself. He really has. We also brought in Grad Fuller as a scout, and we brought him from FC Ennem, and given his knowledge of Italy, Holland, Belgium, Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, it made sense to bring this guy in. I want more knowledge. I need more knowledge if we want to expand our reach and bring young talent in from other countries. We've also brought in Jean-Francisque Mbaye as a physio. Again, really good at his job. And the fact he's from DR Congo is also very useful. It doesn't bring us a lot of knowledge from it, but it's still useful to have. He actually worked for the national team once upon a time as well, so good for him. We also brought in Eric Reniers as the under-21s manager, and I don't think he's terrible. He's not amazing, but I think as a coach, he's better than he's a manager. So I brought him for the coaching side of things more than anything else. Now, is he good at judging player ability and potential? Absolutely not. But as a coach, he could be useful. We also brought in Bar Zetterberg. Now, admittedly, when I brought him in, I hadn't realised he actually played for this club before. So bringing an old face back to the club was useful. Having the knowledge of Belgium, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland was also useful. It helped my decision making there. And it was only really after I got interviewed about this guy, about his past playing experience for us, that I realised, oh, he actually played for me. He actually played for the club in the past. Interesting. Good to know. But yeah, good person to have, and would have liked to have some knowledge of Greece, but apparently 3 years you don't get it anymore. Weird. We also brought in Ralph van Bergen now. Again, really good for his ability. Is he amazing though? No, but he's decent for what it is, and we've also brought in Gert Van Heyen, and I look at this guy, and he's really good. I kind of brought him because we needed strength in the backroom staff, coaching areas, and he was good for the role. He's been in Belgium a lot, never been with us, but he was a manager once upon a time for Ulsterden, and yeah, I thought it was good to have him in. We may have also brought in Des Bergkamp as a coach. Now, having someone of his experience on the international stage as a coach in the backroom stuff is useful. Perfectionist personality as well. Would be amazing if we had him as a head of youth development because of his personality, but he's not amazing for the role. But as a coach, he's really good. Really happy we got him. We could have got him as assistant manager, but honestly, I'd take him as a coach right now. I really would do. We also brought in Robin Thorpe as the head of sports scientist. He was at Manchester United, which again means that he has worked at big clubs before. It's a good sign. We also brought in Kirk Wilson. He's a new gen coach who is pretty good. So honestly, I look at him, I think he's good for the role. We've also brought in Zico Verhagen, and he was brought in as under 21's physio. 24 years of age, could still improve. Hopefully he does. John Bassell was brought in as the under 21's performance analysis. He's also got knowledge of Australia, which again could be useful for us. That's one of the reasons I brought him in, honestly, I'm not going to lie. We also brought in Menno Clever as the under 21's sports scientist, and makes sense to bring the guy in. He's got good knowledge and he's good at his job potentially. Now, I may have also brought in Kawamoko Ouedraogo as the loan manager. He has knowledge of Burkina Faso and of Belgium. He's a newly generated. I saw this guy and I thought, why not bring the guy in? So it was good for that sort of purpose. The last person we brought him is Kin Lemmers, and he's just good at under 18 physio. Makes no difference to me. He was good for the role, good for the knowledge. Why not? Now, the player we have bought in is Boubacar Traoré. We are paying $225,000 in loan fees, which I now know, speaking out loud, is probably a lot of money. But, and it's a big but, he's 19 years of age, and we have an optional future fee of $975,000 for the guy. We're only paying 4.1 grand a week for the wages. And I look at him, I see him being a star for this division. He's apparently only a second tier player right now, which again is pretty damning about our team, that this kind of player is only a second tier player as a 3-star, 3.5-star player. But I see him being very useful to the team in the long term, and I'm hopeful we can win. I really am. But still, that's our transfer, the only one we've done so far. We've got potentially more we can bring in now, and given that we have now got a scouting knowledge of world knowledge of 20%, and the knowledge of people we brought in is not even fully embedded yet, I'm going to say this here now, we're going to have a lot of world knowledge by the time we get through this, and that is very exciting to me. It really is. Still, we're going to take on Sint-Truiden. If I'm saying that wrong, I very much apologize. I don't know how to say half this team's name, so again, I apologize. Standing drew 1-1 against Swingen, so that's good. Well, Ghent just won 4-0 against Upan, so that's a thing. Hopefully, we'll win today, and we'll do a good job. Now, apparently they're going to go for 3 at the back, 2 wing backs, and 2 midfielders as well as 2 strikers. I have that option if I wanted to. I've got 3 formations in my mind that I can do. That is one of them. I must confess, I went on YouTube and I might have watched some highlights of their game, and I saw they were using this formation. I thought, you know what? I can copy this. I also realized if I went for that formation, I wouldn't be able to use Ali. So I thought, you know what? Probably not going to do that right now. I need to use my best players for the roles. And this is going to be our starting lineup. Now, we're going to use Camera instead of our other goalkeeper because, well, 1, we're paying nothing for his services, so we might as well use him. And 2, he's actually already gone quite good, apparently, compared to my background stars feeling that this guy is now our best goalkeeper. So, Bingo Camera is starting. We have got Chatua. We've also got Chatua as the right back. We've also got Kanasevic as the centre back on the right hand side. We've got Williams, the 30-year-old Williams, playing in the centre back on the left side. We've also got Kiembe playing as the fullback. He was playing as the wing back in that formation, that game I was watching. We've also got Sagane playing as a register. We've got Eliana Harita as the box-to-box midfielder. We've got Traore, our new signing, as the Mazzala. We've got Ali playing as a better winger on attack on the right-hand side. We've got Murika as the inverted wing on the left. So both our best players are both wingers in this formation. We've got Bayo playing up front as a pressing forward. Now, admittedly, I probably could and maybe even should make him a target forward because it's his best role. But, and this is a big but for me, is he better? It says he's better as a target forward on attack or support than he is a pressing forward. It's the work rate that would do it for the pressing forward, but the target forward, it's the aggression as well we need to work on. So I'm thinking we use him as the target forward in this game, see how it works. I know they can go well and do well, but that's a thing, and we need to work on this. I also realized later on that I barely managed to get the 6 players developed in Belgium 3 years before the 25th birthday. So that was a little annoying when I saw that was a potential problem. So hopefully that won't come back to bite me. But again, it could. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. So, this would be fun to see how this works. But anyway, we're going to see how we're doing our first league game in charge of Charleroi. And I am honestly, to be honest, I am a little concerned about how we're going to do. But at the same time, it could be useful. Let's see how we do in this game, shall we? We have a chance. We get the ball here, but Wellens gets the ball to Zagane. Now here we are, looking to try and do something with this. Traore tries to find Moriaka, Williams, Sangori. We pass the ball nicely, just need to be smart with this. And that is a ball that Kayembe has to get to the end of very quickly. And a chance for Bayo, and Bayo scores the opening goal. This is really, really good. I'm excited about Bayo. I am really excited about Bayo. When he can do well, this is the... I honestly thought that was a bit overhit, this pass. But if we can keep this up and do well, Bayo being a target forward is perfect for this. Really good in the air. Kiembe. Bayo. Here we are now. And, okay. Got a chance here. And a ball in the middle. Oh my god, it's already 2-0. Mallorca has already scored. 2 goals in 5 minutes. This could not have gone better. What is this? I genuinely wasn't sure what to expect, but the fact we're so attacking and we're doing this already to a team I genuinely thought would struggle against, in their predicted Division 11 place, is really great. Since those 2 goals, we've not seen a single highlight, but we have been dominant. We have not let them out and have a good game at all. 2.5 half time. It is the perfect start. And I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting us to be as good as this. Got a throw now. This could be really good. And oh, Ali on the ball. What can Ali do? Keeps going, still going. He's just done that. I knew he'd be my best player. I just didn't realize why. We are having the dream debut. We made 5 changes in 1 go. We're going to see some changes here. Nkumbu. Heymans. Oh, it could have been 4. Oh, it could have been 4. He could have got a 4th here. Here we go now. A chance. Badji. Oh, he's scored his debut too. Apparently he goes 3rd of the year. I don't know how that's the case, but he's scored now. And it's his debut goal. We are 4-0 up in our first game of the year. And it's just a really good football. I took some things. I'm actually going to look at this and think, could I apply it to my BMR save in the future? Because I'm excited about this. I really am. And ladies and gentlemen, we have just won 4-0 in our first game in charge. I don't know about you, but that's very, very promising, is it not? Give me this kind of performance every week, and then we'll be champions in no time. We really would be. If you told me I could have got a 4-0 in my first game in charge of Charleroi when I was absolutely nervous, I would have taken this 100%. Give me this every week, please. Thank you. And I think that's where we're going to end it here. We're going to end it with us on top of the table after 1 game in charge. Now, early days, I don't know if this is going to be a one-off match or we're going to expect more goals. But the fact we won our first game has already lifted a weight off my shoulders. It really has. And it tells me that we might actually have a good team here. And I may have just been nervous for nothing. Who knows? Either way, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video. And that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. But either way, until next time, goodbye. And well, good night.